Hello everyone, I am Mr. Computer Man, and this is the Oasis military story so far. The beginning of it all was back in August. Taylor and Heisenberg were hanging out when Heisenberg spawned in his invention collection. Amongst these inventions was a mini version of the Oasis military map. After many times of asking, Heisenberg told Taylor he was allowed to save the map to his maker pin inventory. Then nothing happened until October. Early in October, after many denials of being unbanned, Taylorcowps made a podcast with his friends and called it the British Boys Podcast. They used the Oasis military map in the background of the show to annoy Ventbot and other higher-ups in the clan, and the word got out that Taylor had the Oasis map. Rumors about how he got it began to spread, and eventually, Heisenberg was the main person to blame, but no matter how many people would confront him about it, Heisenberg would not confess to giving out the Oasis military map. After learning that all of Taylor's friends had ownership to the podcast map, Ventbot banned all of Taylor's friends entirely for the Oasis military server. The podcast videos kept coming out and more people were finding out about the situation. Eventually, Ventbot and Taylor made a deal. If Taylor deleted the Oasis map, he could come back into Oasis, so Taylor did this. As soon as Taylor deleted the map, Ventbot stormed off. Therefore, out of anger, Queen came up with the idea to create a military out of the Oasis map.
Queen had a very good idea, and that was to make a military out of Oasis. Now I'm going to take a vote. Raise your hands if you think we should make a military out of Oasis map. The majority has voted to, so everyone watching this, we will have our own military based on the Oasis military map.
After a vote on the podcast showed positive results, the project was started. Taylor and Queen made a military out of Oasis, and called it Royal Military 2. Lamps came onto the military and made a mini documentary about the whole situation, and that's where the argument really started to get publicity. It wasn't just a little fight. It was the British Boys versus Oasis military. Ventbot versus Taylor. After the Lamps video, Oasis higher-ups took more notice of the situation, and Taylor became Oasis's #1 enemy in 10 minutes. Oasis military told people to report Taylor's account and get him banned in the newest Weekly, and told a completely twisted version of the entire story. Other people, such as Queen, began making videos about Taylor and Oasis as the situation began to rise in publicity. Taylorcowps then came out with his official response to the Oasis military drama, stating that the Oasis weekly video was all lies and Taylor backed up Lamps in the video too, stating that Lamps was talking 100% facts. Neeks, an Oasis military clan leader, announced in the Oasis Discord to report Taylor and Queen and to raid their base. This was turning into a war very quickly. After several arguments between various people, Taylorcowps, Queen, and the other British boys, on the 30th of October, declared war on Oasis military. What started off as a joke to annoy Ventbot became a war, and that is the story so far of Taylorcowps versus Oasis military.